Today we'll be in the Aspen Forest, and we're going to observe some college students' mating rituals and the tools that they use in order to avoid reproducing. In this section, we will dive into these perplexing customs. We're going to start with the female contraceptives. The most commonly used one is birth control. Birth control comes in two forms, the combination pill and the mini pill. The combination pill contains the estrogen and progesterone, while the mini pill only has progesterone. If you like the tiny pill that fights off the Michael Phelps sperm, you should know that you have to take it every day at the same time for it to be 91% effective for stopping pregnancy. Some college students go as far as getting the shot version called Depo-Provera, once every 3 months. There is another interesting option called the hormonal implant, a small tube that is inserted in the arm and is effective for 3 to 5 years. I think she's going to go with the shot here. Other common options are the contraceptive ring, the birth control patch, the IUD, and some of the other not so common options are the barrier methods. The college student has let their innocence get the best of them and didn't use protection. They now are worried of an unplanned pregnancy. We studied that up to 120 hours the college student can use emergency contraceptives. The college student is left with 3 options. 2 types of pills, the most common of which is levogestrel morning after pill, such as Plan B because they are the cheapest and most accessible. And the third option is a quick insertion copper IUD. The IUD is more expensive than the other options, but is the most effective and can be used up to 12 years. The college student made their way to the local healthcare clinic to discuss their options with a professional. Unlike hospitals, clinics don't require insurance or appointments and offer services at a lower cost. College students in Corpus Christi have at least 3 options: the Tammy CC Health University Health Center, the Coastal Bend Wellness Foundation, and the Women and Men's Health Services of the Coastal Bend. If they can't make it to a clinic, they can make their way to a computer and go to nursex.com. This is a great way to obtain a prescription for birth control and get it delivered without physical human interaction. Looks like she chose the morning after pill called Ella, which is the only emergency contraceptive pill that requires a prescription. It's the most effective, however, it is not recommended to those already on hormonal birth control. There have been a lot of options discussed. In order to avoid future panicked clinic visits, the doctor is going to recommend a few different long-term methods.
So when a doctor or nurse is consulting you about why you're starting birth control, the first thing that they're going to do is take a health history, and they're going to look to see if you have any problems with clotting, if you've had a prior history of depression, if so, was there a cause for that depression, because sometimes that plays a role, and then why you're getting birth control. So if it's something to correct a hormonal problem, then anything that is non-hormonal is not going to work for you. However, if you're just looking to prevent a pregnancy from happening in the first place, there's a whole lot more options available to you. And lastly, they're going to look at is feasibility. Can you do the things required for your birth control? Can you come in once a month for a shot or once every 3 months for your shot? Can you take a pill on time? Can you put a condom on correctly? Can you put in a ring, or is that something that you can do?
Since she was just prescribed Ella, she should not take the birth control pills. Another reason students don't choose the pill is that it is hard to remember to take them at the same time every day. Something more permanent than the pill is the implant, but if you don't want to commit to that, there is a 3-month shot. For those seeking an even longer-term option, there is the copper IUD, which can remain effective for up to 12 years, but can be removed anytime. If you wish to avoid intense doctor visits, then you can choose between the contraceptive ring, birth control patch, or one of the barrier methods, which include diaphragm, surgical cap, contraceptive sponge, and most commonly, condoms. My curiosity got the better of me, and I purchased some male prophylactics. Apparently, they fit over the shaft of the penis and block the sperm from entering the partner's body. Contrary to movie depiction, the wallet is not a good place to keep these. Apparently it is the wrong type of friction. If you don't want to use a condom, you could always practice coitus interruptus, which is the pull-out method, which apparently is the worst method because it doesn't protect against STIs and it isn't very effective. Vasectomy is almost 100% effective, but it is also almost always permanent. The only type of contraception that prevents STIs are the male and female condoms. This means even if you are taking a hormonal form of birth control, to practice safe sex, you should still use a condom. In conclusion, my findings show that there are plenty of contraceptives to choose from to practice safe sex. So there's really no reason to practice unsafe sex. Plan B is not Plan A, but this message has been brought to you by Plan C. In conclusion, my findings show that there are plenty of contraceptives to choose from to practice safe sex. So there's really no reason to practice unsafe sex. Plan B is not Plan A, but this message has been brought to you by Plan C.